Hey, beautiful people. Hope you're well. My name's Liz, and I am really catching up with just life right now lately. I had been in celebration mode, some party planning for my daughter and her birthday, and just getting my new business set up and all the things that come along with that, and also integrating my own upgrades and keeping my plants watered, keeping myself watered, and oh yeah, taking in the incoming energies, releasing. So yeah, I'm certain if I've been in such a busy season, I'm sure all of you have been as well. But I wanted to hop on and do a quick reading and kind of sharing about some of the energies in the field. I've been getting lots of stars, like the 5-pointed star, and one of my long-time manifestations has been abundance in all things, and so I'm not surprised I was seeing the pentacles a lot in some of the things I've come across, like so the 5-pointed star symbolizing the pentacles. So that's maybe significant for you too. Today on my walk, excuse me, I was seeing dragonfly and lots of butterflies and moths and lizards, and I saw a tree, that log that was cut up and still next to itself, or like next to its other sliced up pieces. It looked pretty cool, even though obviously I hate to see trees cut down, but it was really artistic looking and symbolic for me of integrating those pieces of ourselves back together. I was laughing a little bit when I pulled these out because I got, when I was talking about the pentacles and the abundance and all things, we got magnetism through gratitude with the turkey. So, and there's a 3 of cups, so it's like these cups of love, right? The energy of the 3, which often comes up here on this channel, a very divine number, and lots of abundance, lots of love, and then gratitude. And so this is a number 4, 31 or 4, which is very stabilizing. And then also sacred boundaries with the tiger. And I don't think I've ever pulled this card, but it's a 43 or a 7 numerology. So I like that it's kind of this tiger jumping through the moon over the hand. I've never thought about this image because I haven't seen it, but yeah, it's almost like a portal that's opened up through these boundaries, honoring these sacred boundaries, and practicing our gratitude and our abundance. It's like the returning of our abundance that was always there, but we had all this gunk and trauma and things that were blocking us from embodying that, knowing that truth. You know, like I was saying before, so often for financial mindset, it's like our family we've inherited these beliefs around money from our family, and not intentionally, it's what they grew up with, and so it's like this unconscious beliefs that get passed down about like the ability to have abundance in our lifetime, what that looks like, what freedom and finances looks like, right? What plenty looks like. And we also have heal, shake, release, move on. I've never gotten this card either. Wonderful. 27 or 9. So it's like the end of a cycle, releasing the last things, which I've been very much feeling in the field too, of like that you're the snake, the shedding is still clearing through up all the way to Lionsgate at the very least, from what I've been noticing, experiencing, intuiting. And I love this shake, release, move on, because I've been practicing a lot of somatic shaking myself in dance, but also, you know, in nature, animals do this shake after they've had, you know, or they run to actually like have that full circle close of perceiving something unsafe in the environment, and then our nervous system response kicking on, and then the cortisol being released, and the sympathetic nervous system activating, and usually animals are running or fighting, and so they burn off this, and some of them do actually naturally shake to release. So this is like a big indicator of like maybe bringing somatic work and movement into your practice. And even though it's like that's a really annoying thing to hear when you feel like you're stuck in a block sometimes, or like, you know, some type of a state where you're feeling more lower vibrational mood, or, you know, depression type anxiety stuff, can feel really hard to hear like just exercise or move your body, because I know it's really hard to do when you're in that state, and I've gone in cycles for sure myself of like not being as consistent with that, and needing to learn though through those cycles of like how much it really does help me to come back to myself when I can do that, because it does help me to release. Like even with as much somatic healing I've been doing, I still get anxious sometimes. I still have to release, because I know it's like not only my energies, but I'm picking up other people's energies. And so this shaking, releasing, or whatever you have, like body movement practices, mindful body movement practices that you have in your wheelhouse, can really help you to work through some of those. And today I went to my second aqua aerobics class. Absolutely love it. It's so fun. It's like going to a bingo class, but in the water. Like, it's great. There's so many sweet people, and there's like a community of people that are there, a lot of elderly folks, and they're all really wonderful to be around, because it was just making me realize like the cycles in life and how I'm following the guidance of my inner child of what she likes to do and what excites her, and trying new things. And then here's this group of people that have really, like, in their normal weekly routine, done this thing that keeps them young, and then in effect we all end up connecting, and like my inner child's bringing me there, and I'm showing up in my playful parts, and they're in their playful parts, and we're amping each other up, and we're vibing. And so anyways, it's like just like the magic that gets made of like, you don't know how you can affect someone's day, even if you just like have a little silly joke in passing with them. And like, trust me, I'm like a deep person where I prefer to talk, you know, in the depths of things, because I have a Scorpio rising in my chart. But I very much love connecting with different people and just having friendly conversation, you know. And so there are parts of me that like both like very social, and then parts of me that are more like depth and truth and, you know, deeper content. But yeah, I, more than anything, I just love the connection, and I think that we're really called to be in connection right now, in particular, for this quantum jump. So yeah, we're setting these sacred boundaries, or moving magnetism through gratitude, practicing gratitude and being in our abundance, and then releasing, healing, shaking, letting everything go. And then this is helping us for this quantum jump for the grasshopper, and it's like this divine balance energy inside the triangle. And I'm very intrigued by this picture, so I'm gonna look up that one. Oh wow. And then this transformation, yep, Phoenix energy coming in hot. So this is, which is funny, I thought about doing my fire today because it was cloudy when I walked my dog, but then it got really hot again, and I'm like, no, it's way too hot for a fire. But we got the fire internally. We have this Phoenix energy already. It doesn't need to be affirmed by a actual physical fire. It's internal, is what I'm gathering. And I'm going to do some Priestess of Light Oracle. Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. I bought this deck on a used site because I wanted it so bad. It had been discontinued, and I was like, okay, I like the way it's looking when people read it, and that makes me want it, and it has not disappointed. So let's see what the Priestesses of Light have to say for us today about this quantum jump and transformation. Ooh, quite a lot. Okay. We have deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. Oh yeah, and it looks like she's like learning about her past life influences and awakening to them. If I had to give my sense on what this image is depicting, and And again, I read a lot of my cards intuitively, so that's a 15 or a 6. So I sometimes will feel called to read the guidebook. Often I'm just going off my intuition. And yeah, I didn't notice in this card there's like a cool triangle interlocking shape on there inside of like a sundial type tribal thing. And then we have touching earth, planting something new, a 12 or a 3, so we're planting new seeds. And I love the angelic feeling, those wings on her back, so beautiful, so beautiful. She's like an earth goddess, an earth angel. And then clarity, planning, releasing illusion. That's also very bird feeling to me. Oh yeah, it's an eagle on her head. There's a bird. That's really beautiful. Yeah, so it's like the eagle eye. It's like this eagle looks intensely like looking at something, and she knows, she has that intuition of what the eagle vision is giving her. And that's number 5, so lots of change. Yeah, so we got 7, 4, 9, 9, 6, 6, 3, 5. So lots of numbers. I'm just feeling these all together. So we've been going through these boundaries, bringing up these sacred emotions, deep emotions, sacred feelings, past life feelings even for a lot of us as we've been opening up and maybe getting deeper into our divination and into our intuition, into our present and past life knowing. And it's like this is like this activation above the crown of the head, that this triangle pyramid thing, almost like the one in here, that's like this quantum jump activation. That's like, it's an architecture that's been brought online, and this is helping us to plant something new from a place of clarity. So all this is helping to bring in this movement, wings, things are flying, moving. I'm definitely feeling that in the energy right now. It's a lot of movement, a lot of quantum jumping is coming. Yeah, a lot of transformation. So I really love this kind of read on what's coming. I want to see what's been a challenge for us, and I want to do actually my I haven't done these in a minute, my elemental cards. Feel the elemental support wanting to come in and share with us through this quantum leap. We have a lot of animals, guides and spirits and friends here. Let's see what kind of elemental energies come in for what's been a challenge, and energies that are supporting this challenge of this quantum leap and moving through the boundaries and allowing the healing to happen by releasing expansions. Spirit Guardian of Summer. Ooh, and that one clearly wanted to come out too. Guardians of the Land, protection. So yeah, lots of stag energy. And then we have these apples. Looks like the tree of life. And then also in this one there's like, of note, there's some fungi, mushroom friends. They are big elemental allies I've been connecting in with and vibing with, appreciating their help in the death and rebirth cycles. So that's all part of all these things that you all been traversing too. And this Spirit Guardian of Summer and this expansion is saying that death had to happen for this summer to come. Even if you're not in that summer yet, it's in your energy. And yeah, you're protected. You're so much in this precipice of this quantum jump, of this expansion, and then the summer energy. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to be sure to mention. And yeah, I'm gonna look up the quantum jump card because that sounds of note. Let me let my dog inside really quick. It's getting pretty hot out here. Okay, so what are you doing in your life that your little younger child or inner child is calling you to do? And if you haven't done anything, don't worry, don't fret. Just start to tune in to your inner child of like, first, we can access that inner child when we have these sacred boundaries, because that is who we are standing up for all those people that didn't stand up for us in the way we deserved and needed before. And that is really key. And it's not out of, I remember what I wanted to say. It's not out of, you know, thinking less of someone. It's not out of punishing anyone. It's not out of disrespect that we have these sacred boundaries with people. It is actually out of pure love of like, we know from our highest selves how we are going to be able to be of most service in this world. And when we have our energy being drained and tapped in on, we cannot do that. We're not able to show up and be, and it's not even about the rest of people in the world. It's like, why do you not deserve that for yourself? That you don't mess about yourself, that you don't put anyone else over you. You know, granted, maybe if you have like children or, you know, family, the members you're taking care of, you can't always be so self-focused in these decisions, but it doesn't mean that it's still not equally as important for us to really navigate these boundaries and be an advocate for yourself, an impassioned advocate for yourself. Like, you deserve that so much, and you're the only one that's going to do it. No one's going to do it, and people will do to you what you allow them to do. And so it doesn't mean that people are doing it out of negativity, or we have to feel some kind of way all the time because people aren't, you know, treating us the way we feel like we deserve to be treated. That is a us issue that we can resolve purely by tapping in with what your essence needs protection with, and actually following through, standing on business 10 toes down. And this is what helps us to have that relationship of security and safety with our inner child, and start to listen to them, start to appreciate them, start to honor their wisdom, because they are helping us tap into this creativity, into this clarity, the planning, the releasing the illusion, the eagle view, planting something new. It's all coming from that inner child space of like, what are your gifts of what you were when you didn't have the conditioning of society, when you were a child, that you were just like in heaven about. And it doesn't mean we always end up doing that same thing, but it means we can build inspiration from that, like doing it as a hobby, and then like that might lead you to some connection or some friendship. And so it's just trusting that, like following that breadcrumb of not that the sense of like people giving you less, but like following the breadcrumbs of like the little gems that spirit leaves for you to create a trail for you to get into alignment and be in alignment. And so yeah, getting all these signs that I shared today were all signs of me being on my alignment. The dragonfly, all these things, like the dragonfly appeared for me when I made the decision last minute after I dropped my daughter off and went and got a suitcase that I needed. And then I was like, oh yeah, there's a swim class on Tuesday. I would love to go to another one. And then I made that decision, and right away this dragonfly flies in front of my car, and it's just like confirmation. You know, the field is like giving these quick things of like, yes, you're connected, you're listening to that. Way to go, keep going. And so if you haven't been noticing those yet or haven't had them in your field, let me be that confirmation for you today. And also, I was talking about this with my friend Rosie about the ability to have grace for people and ourselves, most importantly first, by doing these sacred boundaries, but having grace for people and allowing them in these sacred boundaries to do their own work. And so it's like, we're not trying to rescue anyone anymore, even if they don't understand what we're doing, even if they don't have their own boundaries for themselves. Like, you get to do it, model that for them, and then they can pick up on it. Or if they ask you for support of how do you practice these boundaries, you can help them. But it's like, we are listening to higher guidance of who's spirit leading us to, and who is ready for the help, and who is ready and willing and asking for it. I've been connected with so many people over the last couple months just by being in such a receptive mode that they're all coming to me. And so it's just like, I trust that I'm in so much alignment, everything's coming to me that's meant to be me. I'm that magnetic right now. And so it's like, you don't have to do the work to go from those old anxious parts of like, oh, I gotta find people to do the thing. And like, it's like, no, just be in alignment, keep doing the things that your soul is calling you to do, and it's coming to you. And We're not moving from trying to save people anymore. It's like we are in these containers, in these relationships, in these partnerships, and knowing that there are going to be people on different levels than us. And sometimes we have to discern of like, are they at the same place as me, willing to do the work to continue to grow with me, or am I going to hold that grace for them and know that they're on their journey and they have some things to learn, and I can sense that in their field. I can pick up on that if like someone is still not in truth with themselves, or being deceitful, and I don't care about it anymore. I'm just sending them nothing but love. I'm sending them nothing but healing and hope that they will, I know and trust that they are going to figure that out on their journey if they choose to. And if they not, it's not on me. Like, that is their sacred mission and it's their sacred lesson to learn. And we are essentially, even when we're subconsciously just trying to be helpful to people, taking that potential for them to learn the lesson. So I'm noticing the purple in the chest of this Pheonix, which I never noticed before. Lots of pinks and purples. So it's like so much heart awakening, so much like violet energy transmutation, all the way up to the crown of this Pheonix, which is really significant of like embodying that higher frequency of love. Like, green is usually the color of the heart chakra, but when it's elevated, when it's transcended even higher, it turns into this pink essence. And it's like, that is so magnetic, that is so healing, that you don't have to do anything to people when you're in their energy, when you're in this place. You just are healing in your presence, in the way you interact with people. Even if they wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt, or if they wouldn't give you the pleasure of saying that to you ever, like, we've done the work internally where we don't need that affirmation anymore. We do it because we know we're on a divine mission, and that is so much more important than anything anyone outside of us could say. So knowing your healing and how healing you are, your presence, just by being in a room, just by being in a dynamic with someone, and that we're holding that, there goes my throat, we're holding that grace, that they are on their journey and that they are learning their sacred lessons, and that we are not interfering. We're simply holding our frequency, and you know, if we need to set sacred boundaries because that is not being honored, then we will. But either way, we do it with love. It's like there's still this unconditional love towards people, even that we've had difficult experiences with, or betrayals. Like, that's all gone. We're releasing that. That is not our energy to hold on to. That is their sacred mission and their sacred journey. I'm laughing because it's like, oh man, the time and energy I've spent holding people's shit of like stuff they did towards me, and it was a lesson for me. I needed to learn it too, to be on the other end and see what my part was in that. But also, like, I know the way I was treated was not right in so many situations, and it wasn't about that. It was about me taking my power back, and I'm just here divinely in this dynamic to help the other person learn a lesson too. And it's not my job to teach it to them necessarily. I just get to be me and clear my karma and hold space that if they want to do that, they can do that too. But I'm not doing the work for anyone. So people will want to be around you in your healing energy because they can sense that something's different about you, because your energy is clear. You're doing the work to actually clear your karma and to be in truth and be in resonance and be a conduit for source, be a clear conduit for source. So yeah, I'm trusting this is all resonating, and why I'm called to tell these specific situations and scenarios, because it's stuff I've lived through, and I know people in the collective are going through similar things after or alongside, and we're all mirroring for each other. So just gonna let that settle, let these sun codes flow through me. Yeah, and let's check out this quantum jump. Okay, 36. Let's see what Kara Elizabeth has for us. And the grasshopper. In physics, it's understood that a quantum particle breaks down to the smallest particles that create the fabric of reality. A quantum particle is every version of itself at once. Oh, interesting. Like the tree got up. It's every version of itself at once, even when it's cut up. Yet, when the particle is observed, it becomes a version of itself that is reacting to the observer's consciousness. This also applies to humans in layman's terms. We are every version of ourselves, but our consciousness dictates that what version of ourselves we choose to be. Yeah, so it's like this heavy integration, deep emotions, past life influences. Grasshopper medicine jumps into your cards today and asks you to quantum jump into the highest version of yourself. You do this by assuming the identity and emotion of the self you want to be. It is in you to be the most fantastic version of you. You just need to jump into it. Stand up straight, fix your posture, wake up early to pray, meditate and move. Eat foods that the most amazing version of yourself would eat. Dress the way the highest version of yourself dresses. Work like the version of you that you respect. Treat people the way the highest version of you treats people. Take action towards goals in the same way that the version of you who is making big wins would take. Start loving yourself the way the version of you who is in love with themselves would treat themselves. This card says you can no longer identify with being a victim to circumstance. You are powerful and you create your own reality. Grasshopper's medicine asks you to choose to be the version of yourself that feels the most fulfilling right now. What you've been chasing this entire time is within you. Jump into the you that actualizes their potential. Yeah, and I'm just feeling this like pink energy too. It's like this higher heart activation energy coming in with the sacred boundaries and shake to release and the healing. And then it's all kind of coming out to this pink energy and the Pheonix. It's integrating in. So it's like all these rainbows are almost like, and these cups are like past lifetime gifts and octaves of ourselves that if we choose to be in resonance and to learn the lessons and put them into practice and embody them, we get to be in alignment and have this full-on quantum jump transformation. So the choice is yours, and I trust that you will be able to integrate these lessons and jump. It's the time is now, and it's not only for you, it's for our whole planet, it's for all of humanity. And so I see you and thank you for the work you're doing, and I am sending a lot of love and just beautiful grounding wishes, feeling the sun coming through me, so hot, so cleansing, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing you on the other side of this Lionsgate this upcoming weekend portal. And take care of yourself, be well, hold strong, hold the line.